The early days of the App Store were a bit like the Wild West. Games, fake fingerprint scanners, talking cats, even beer, and whatever the hell this is. And of course, a major player in the early App Store was Star Wars. Hot off the heels of the prequels and with a new TV show coming up, Star Wars hadn't quite receded from major public view yet, which meant that the IP was being thrown everywhere, including new frontiers, like the App Store. And that Wild West mentality was applied here as well. So today, we're gonna go over Star Wars' early escapades on iOS. First up, launching just 2 months after the App Store itself, Star Wars: The Force Unleashed. Released by THQ Wireless, a name that you'll be seeing a lot, The Force Unleashed is a mobile port that does its best to squeeze this next-gen hack and slash onto this thing. To be fair, I do think it does a pretty good job, and it uses the touchscreen to its advantage. All of your attacks and force powers are done by drawing symbols on the screen. Some are shown and others you have to memorize, like heal and mind trick. It's not too complicated and it's not very difficult, but it's a fun little romp through the story of this iconic game. There's also a wave-based mode to add some replayability, which was great for me as a kid when my iPod was all I had on a road trip. Many, many hours were spent in this game. But that wasn't all, as THQ was ready to pump out so much more. Lightsaber Unleashed was another tie-in to The Force Unleashed that let you swing around your phone and hear lightsaber sounds. I know that may sound boring now, but as a kid, it felt like the future. I mean, it really shouldn't have. We had hunks of plastic that also made lightsaber noises and lit up. Plus, you could take someone's eye out with them. Try doing that with an iPod Touch. THQ rounded out the year with a soundboard app.
These aren't the drops you're looking for.
Man, remember when soundboards were popular? Like, they were so popular that they made a second Yoda-only soundboard. Sadly, beyond video, these seem to be lost media. I can't track down any trace of them.
You have no idea where I am.
2009 saw the release of only one app, at least as far as I could see, Star Wars Trench Run. It's really simple. Control the X-Wing and do the trench run. Don't get hit, shoot turrets, and sometimes you dodge Darth Vader. It's kind of boring, but luckily it got a 2.0 update less than a year later, adding a graphical update, missions bridging from escaping the Death Star all the way to the actual assault on the Death Star and the trench run. There's more ships, a mode where you play as Han Solo. It becomes an actually good game, at least for the time. They even had a feature where you could use your phone to control a web version of the game. It's a step up from soundboards, okay, that's for sure. Then came 2010, which was a big year for Star Wars apps. 4 separate games in very different genres came out throughout the year, starting with Star Wars Cantina. This is pretty shamelessly a Diner Dash ripoff. Seat customers coming into the cantina, get their orders, bring them their orders, clean up after them. It's all about reactions and time management, as well as remembering what the different types of customers are like. Some have less patience and others are big spenders, for example. There's actually a lot of thought put into this game, though. It has a loose story and character bios, and most importantly, it's fun. I always loved playing Diner Dash back in the day. I think I got a copy from a game section in an Office Depot, if anybody remembers that being a thing, so this game takes me right back. If you have the ability to play this somehow, I do recommend it, or at the very least, please go play Diner Dash, it's so good. After this, we had Star Wars Battle for Hoth, which was a tower defense game set during, you guessed it. Now, I was obsessed with this game as a kid, but coming back to it now, it's fine. It's not a great tower defense game. It's got some interesting mechanics, like how you can dig trenches to redirect enemy units, but also the units that you place can die, which I don't love, and that can lead to annoying moments. Also, the art just looks bad. That's not just me, right? It all kind of feels like a rush job, all the way down to the iOS video player controls popping up when it plays its cutscenes. This does really make me want a modern Star Wars tower defense game, though. Somebody get on that. Next up, still in 2010, is Star Wars Arcade Falcon Gunner. Now, while on the surface, this may seem very similar to Trench Run, what you'll notice upon further inspection is how much worse it is. I'm not sure what exactly about the controls isn't clicking here. Maybe it's the rotating the phone to turn, or the fact that both thumbs have to be on the screen to get fine aim control, which would be great if I could see past my thumbs on this tiny screen. Hits don't register like they should, and overall it just feels bad. But it does get the title for the first augmented reality Star Wars game, I guess. And to round out 2010, we have a personal all-time favorite for me, Star Wars Imperial Academy. This was a 4-player free-for-all FPS where you all played as stormtroopers in training. It scratched the itch for a mobile Call of Duty for me at the time, and it had plenty of maps and actual progression in the form of unlockable armor and weapons. Now, it didn't always run that great. Whether that was because the game itself was struggling or the absolutely terrible netcode, I don't know. But it was a novel idea at the time, at least to me, and I wish I could play it again today. Then came 2011. A bigger year for Star Wars than you may remember, though not as big as the next one. The Old Republic released that year, as well as the long-awaited Blu-ray release of the movies, and to help market it, Fox decided to pump out some apps. But before we jump into releases, it's also important to note that 2011 would be when THQ lost the Star Wars license for mobile games, and most of the apps that they released would be delisted, which sucked, because at the time, I hadn't quite grasped how re-downloading games worked, so I thought I just lost all of them forever. Anyway, first up is Ask Vader, which, while technically an app, was really just a button to open a web page that led to what was essentially a Darth Vader magic 8-ball. Ask him a question, either via text or voice, and he would spit something out. It's no Fortnite AI Darth Vader, that's for sure.
Skibidi toilet.
There was also the aptly titled Star Wars Blu-ray Early Access app, which was something that I was very excited about. If you don't know, the first Blu-ray release of Star Wars came with tons of never-before-seen bonus features, and this app gave you a little preview into all of that new stuff. That was it, though. It was a glorified ad, but it was an effective one. I mean, I did get that Blu-ray set for Christmas that year, after all. And finally, and probably most interestingly, Star Wars Pit Droids, a port of the 1999 PC puzzle game. I gotta admit, I forgot this game existed. I believe it was released under the Lucas Learning label, which also gave us such hits as this. Anyway, it's a genuinely fun puzzle game. If that's up your alley, I would try the PC version, because on a screen as small as this, when you need to be so precise, it doesn't work so great. But that was it for 2011. Unless you want to talk about the Old Republic Authenticator app? Anyone? Okay, moving on. Then 2012 hit, and the world ended. No, not that one. But with Disney's purchase of Star Wars, as well as the shifting of the mobile market in general, 2012 is where I feel the whole soul of mobile gaming died. That Wild West feeling was gone. Apps were free and formulas were figured out and they were full of microtransactions. So I think it's fitting that this is the last game I talk about in this video. It's Angry Birds Star Wars, baby! That's right, it's Angry Birds, but get this. This is what Luke Skywalker looks like now. No, but seriously, I do love Angry Birds Star Wars. It took the foundations from Angry Birds Space, it gave them all Star Wars themed abilities, and added some fun art, retelling the original trilogy to boot. Even looking back on it now, I would dare to say it was the last good Angry Birds game in general. But after that, the in-app purchases and the microtransactions took hold. Force Collection, Galaxy of Heroes, even Angry Birds Star Wars 2 had them. There were some holdout, sure, Knights of the Old Republic 1 and 2 being ported were fantastic, but the soul of it all was gone. At least they launched an official Star Wars app in 2015. And, hey, wait. Seriously? We still can't let go of soundboards?
Tell that to Kanja Club.